It's your boy Gruff here, back with another video, and today I got supposed to review you guys, man. Today we're going to be breaking down my thoughts on the new ZENKAI Red GT Goku. I think this could be like a little fun little discussion series since I'm gonna try to ZENKAI as many upcoming ZENKAI units as much as possible. So I think that now, since I'm able to start ZENKAIing them and actually get to play them, hands-on experience instead of just watching videos, I can really give a valid points and discussions on everything, and so you guys ZENKAI them not. So make sure you guys watch this whole thing, and yeah, so without further ado, let's dive into the video. So ZENKAI Red GT Kid Goku. So let's check him out. Let's check his stats out and everything. His stats not bad. 274 strike, 257 blast, 185 strike defense, 188 blast defense. He can take some damage. He can definitely take some damage. So this is not bad at all. Really, really good. So yeah. So let's actually dive on into his what's names, like his strikes and stuff. So these are regular. Okay. Blue card does major impact damage. I wish it was massive impact because that's just a better damage multiplier. It's gonna make him do more damage. So the fact that it's major impact kind of sucks. I kind of wanted it to be massive. And the other thing that's kind of bad about this blue card is it's a dash up and it doesn't have blast armor. See, if it's going to be a dash up blue card, it should have blast armor on it. So say, for example, you're in the mid-range area, someone pops a blast card, you can pop this blue card and go through it, but you can't. So even if someone pops a blue, you pop their blast card, you pop your blue, it overrides your blue card. So that actually kind of sucks, and that's actually a downside on this guy's card, on this guy's kit. Okay, green card, strike damage is not bad. Increases his own card draw speed, which is actually pretty good, and cancel attribute upgrade. This is not bad. I wish maybe he could have got 20 key, maybe 30 key. I think that would have been pretty dope if they add some key recovery or something. But yeah, it's not bad. Restores key. I wish they had that. But Dragon Fist. This one has massive impact damage. Now this is actually really good. And this is actually a good multiplier. It's not a supreme one because he's not an LF, but a massive impact is really, really good. He reduces enemy sustained damage by 100%, which is really good. So not even a tank unit can really tank this at all. He also nullifies endurance, which is actually really good as well. But the problem with this one, as well as the blue card, this one does not have blast armor as well. So like I said, you can't really control the mid-range area. Only time for you to pop this is when you have when you're in a combo, then you pop it. So you can't really just hold on to the card and everything. You just can't. You can't do that. So that kind of sucks. Let's dive into his unique abilities, and then we're gonna go to his main ability. Oh, his ZENKAI ability does Red GT, so that's pretty dope. But unique ability, return from falling effects occur when he enters the battlefield. He has 40 damage inflicted and 40 key recovery. It's not bad. This is actually a really good unique ability. Can't really complain. It's really solid. Damage inflicted buffs, key recovery, not bad. Let's go in there. Chaotic aggression. Every time you do the strike or blast on card, he restores his own key by 5, which is actually good, and 20 damage to his ult damage inflicted for 30 timer counts, which is really good. And I like how it's for 30 time counts. That means it lasts really, really long. So say, for example, you do a combo, you do 4 cards combo, then you're able to bring them back again, do another 4-card combo. Those still are going to stack to each other. So if you do 8 cards in a matter of 30 timer counts, that's 160 ult damage. That's insane. So if you know how to just keep chaining cards with this man, you can really have that ult card to do a lot of damage. So really, really interesting. Immeasurable power, depending on his Dragon Balls, depends on what stats he gets. So 0 to 3 Dragon Balls, he gets 20 strike damage. 4 to 6 is 30 strike, and then at 7 is 40% damage inflicted. It's okay. So it's basically meaning the bare minimum is going to get 20 strike damage, but the highest thing is 70. I mean, not 70, 40% damage. But it kind of sucks because it varies a lot, bro. Especially when you get the 7 Dragon Balls. As soon as you get the 7 Dragon Balls, you're going to want to Rise Rush, right? Immediately, right? So the only time for you to take advantage of the one with the 7 Dragon Balls is when you have the 7 Dragon Ball and you combo with him before you use your Rise and Rush. That's the only time you get the benefit out of it before you restart back to 0, and you're going to have to start with 20 strike damage. So this is okay. It's too much conditional things. I wish it was more damage inflicted instead of starting strike damage, and damage inflicted. I wish it started 20% damage inflicted, then 30% damage inflicted, then 40% damage inflicted. That would have been a lot better. But It's alright. It's cool. Now he does extra strike damage against androids. Like I said with the Dragon Ball one, I wish this was just 40% damage inflicted. That would have been so much better. So much better. But it's strike. So I mean it's not bad. It's conditional, like I said, like you're not gonna really there's gonna be times where you don't really face androids for that long. But there might be times where you face, androids 10 times in a row. So depending on how many times you match with androids can really help you out. But every time he uses a strike or blast core, he restores his own health by 2, and he inflicts enemy with +10 the damage received. So this is actually really good as well. I really like about his kit is the amount of value you get when you use a strike and blast card. When you use a strike or blast card, you're getting 5 to 5. You're restoring your ki by 5. So basically, this is a strike cost of 13. This is a blast cost of 23 every time. That's really good. You're actually getting your ult card damage even stronger. Then you're getting, health by 2, and then you're inflicting +10 the damage received to your enemy. So you're getting 4, benefits off of using a strike and blast card, that's really, really valuable for a strike and blast card. That's insane. That's really insane. So I really do like that about him. The only problem I don't like about him is I don't like all this conditional stuff where it's like, oh, depending on Dragon Ball, depending on if you face androids, he gets extra damage and all that stuff. And then depending on the amount of cards you use, you do get the ult damage. So say, for example, you use 2 cards, your ult damage is not going to do as much as, if you use 8 cards, right? So depending on where the situation you're in, depends on how strong your ult card damage could be. So it could actually be a good thing or a bad thing. So, yeah, depending. Now, main ability, he pops he draws the ult card, Dragon Fist. Restones on ki by 4 and destroys all your enemy's cards. So really similar to Piccolo, when Piccolo destroys all your enemy's cards. I love Piccolo. He does the same thing. He gets ki and he gets the ult card. Now I wish they would have gave him more damage inflicted buff, maybe an extra 30% damage inflicted buff. When you pop the main ability, but they didn't give him that. Maybe because they're too scared of having the ult card do too much damage. Because if you use them right, you could have like a really, really powerful ult card. So I guess I could say like I said, it depends on, it varies from situation. You might have a less damage ult card or a really high power one. So, yeah. So, now my thing about this Goku, I think this Goku is pretty, he's mediocre, right? I feel like there's a lot of ways they could have made him better. I felt like since his whole gimmick is try to use as much cards as possible, right? You want to chain as much cards as possible because you want to really rely on that ult card damage. That's kind of his niche. It's like to have that one powerful ult card damage to really one-shot a unit. Now, the hard thing about it is there's no way in him, like in his abilities, besides his main ability, he comes in with ki. Now, if they came in with, if he would have came in with ki, like every time he goes to the battlefield, he comes in with ki, that would have been really, really dope because it would have been able for him to start a combo off and then, start racking up that ult damage. That would have been really, really dope for him. But he doesn't come in with ki, so it's going to be hard for you to start off chaining a combo with him, right? So that's another downside. And then the other thing is card draw speed. Now, I know his card draw speed comes in with his green card, but the problem with that is that he has no way of generating green cards by himself. Now, if they would have had something where every time he comes in the battlefield, he gets like 30 ki and he gets a green card. So you come in, you pop the green card, then you have card draw speed. And if that green card gave you extra ki as well, you could be able to have card draw speed and start chaining. And that could start making your ult damage like just nuke people, right? They don't have that, He doesn't even have a way of every time he comes in the battlefield, he gets green cards. Maybe like it could have had him a limit of 3 times so he can have card draw speed because you want to chain as many cards as possible for that ult card to be insane. But he doesn't even have that as well. So that kind of sucks. The ki and the lack of him popping green cards actually going to hurt this unit for chaining. What he does best is about, using as much cards as possible for your ult damage to be, have a ridiculous damage. So I think that's the thing that kind of sucks about him as well. I think that's, and then the fact that the blue card and the ult card does not have blast on it really, really hurts this man. Now, in terms of the teams, I kind of want to talk about the 3 main teams he's really going to be ran on. Sun Family, I guess you could say he's the second. I think he's the 3rd best. I think Ultra Goku is better. But the plus side about this man is that he does have, what's the name? He does have the Z ability for Sun Family while this guy doesn't. So that's actually really good. But he's not the best red. This Zenkai 7 Gohan is going to be way better than him. But if you don't have him, Zenkai Gohan, this guy's not a bad option because he does Zenkai buff the red, red, I'm not red Sun Family. He does have a Z build for Sun Family, which is not bad. Oh yeah, also I want to talk about is, although he has high defenses, he does not have reduced damage. So he does tank, but he could have tanked a lot better. They gave him reduced damage, or reduced damage, because like maybe even give him 15. That would have been a lot better. But you know, he can still tank. He can still tank some damage, but it could have been better if he had reduced damage. So Sun Family, I guess you could say he could be the second best. You know, after Gohan, if you don't have him, he's not a bad unit. I ran him on Sun Family. Now, Saiyans. Saiyan's a different story. I think he's like what, the fourth best Red Saiyan. I think that Ultra Goku is better because he has a Z ability for Saiyans. Goku does not have it. He has for GT. You know, Zenkai Gogeta, he doesn't have you know, Z ability for Saiyans, but he's just like he's the strongest Red Zenkai Saiyan out there. So like he has the pass, bro. He comes in with Ki, he comes in with core draw speed, comes with all that stuff. And then I'll even put this Zenkai Red Vegeta over him as well, because this Red Vegeta is, I think he's the better, what's the name? He does the same thing. He has core draw speed, he comes in with Ki. He has supply, he supports, you know, allies damage buffs and their ult cards, all that stuff. So I feel like he's also better as well. You can even say Red Kefla could be better than him. I honestly don't know, but I don't know about Red Kefla. But yeah, like he's not really the best Red Saiyan unit. So last team, basically the main team you want to run him on is GT. Now, for example, I already talked about the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, right? I already talked about how good he is, and I just feel like this Vegeta is way better. Now I know that this Vegeta is range type and that Goku is strike, it's like melee type. Sorry for the noise, for the AC and everything, but yeah, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is a range type. That one is a strike, so it makes sense why you might want to favor one over the other. But even if Vegeta is a range type, he's just an overall better Red GT unit. We could just talk about the stats that he has and everything. He basically has the same defense as Goku, 286 to strike, so it's basically opposite of the Goku's in terms of strike and blast. Similar defense, even though he's a range type. And let's break down his kit. So he comes in the battlefield, 40 damage inflicted, 40 blast damage as well, and he comes in with Ki. That Goku does not come in with Ki. Red Flash, permanent card draw speed. The only time the GT Red Goku gets card draw speed is off his green card, right? So that's a hard thing. He gets an extra arch damage if an enemy switches characters while this guy is still on the battlefield. So he can even get even stronger damage. And here, -2 blue card, which is not bad. Ki recovery, which is pretty solid. And then extra damage to units that has blast armor, so that's not a bad thing as well. Then a rush of hope. He reduces damage received by 15 when the combo ends. So when he cover changes, he reduces damage by 15. Then when battle starts, he gets an extra 15 to blast damage and reduces damage received by 15 again. So if he cover changes, he gets a reduced damage by 30. If he just on the battlefield, he reduces damage by 15. So he has some tankiness. Even though their defense is somewhat the same, this Vegeta is actually going to take more than the Goku as well, because he has reduced damage cuts. Now, his main ability is a lot better. He comes in with Ki, restores his own health, gives ally damage buff, and 30 to ally special move, awaken, or ult damage as well, which is pretty insane as well. Blue card does massive impact. His blue card is a range. This Vegeta is a range, so it's easier to pull off, and it's massive as well. You know, this one is actually this old card does massive impact as well. This one has a chance of inflicting faint, while the other one does, you know, nullifies endurance. So you can pick either one. And yeah, so I just kind of want to talk about why. Yeah, I think the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is a lot better than him in terms of being the overall red unit for GT. But I think this, if you do main red GT, main GT, I don't think it's a bad idea to Zenkai this guy, to Zenkai buff this Vegeta, because this Vegeta can now, if he has double Zenkai buff, he can hit even harder, and he can also he can tank more as well. He already has reduced damage cut, and the fact that you're giving him more Zenkai buffs, he's going to be able to tank more as well. This guy's going to be really, really strong if you have double Zenkai buff for the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Now, when I talked about how this guy lacks green cards, like you really want to pop green cards so you can get his ult damage, his card draw speed, so he can able to chain combos, you can actually run this 17 as well, because this 17, every time he comes in the battlefield, I think 3 times he comes in with green cards. You can funnel those green cards into that red GT Goku, and he can start popping those green cards and start getting that card draw speed, and then he can start really comboing, start getting those card draw speed and start comboing longo combos, so you can get that ult damage to hit really, really hard. So this is actually really good team lineup right here, and a red green is also really, really good because say for example you're facing his androids. This is like one of the strongest things about him is he does extra damage to androids. You're facing up against red 18. You gotta bring double reds to make just to stop her, and then any other androids this GT Goku is gonna do more damage on. And then say for example they bring the blue 21, you have 17 that can just tank all of her attacks and everything, because he's just a monster like that, right? So, and he's gonna afflict them with all paralysis and stuff. So that's really, really good as well. Now, this team is not bad. You can actually kind of run this GT setup right here. My fault. You can run this GT setup. That's actually really good. ZENKAI buffed the Vegeta, and then his Z ability is not bad because it does both strike, attack, and defense. While most of these GT characters does is only like 33 to strike or 33 to blast. So this guy does strike and blast, which is really, really good. And yeah, I don't think he's that bad. I think he's more of a ZENKAI buffer than you actually wanted to run him on the field. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of similar to Super Saiyan, the Super Saiyan Trunks, right, on hybrids, right? He's mainly there to ZENKAI buff the rad Super Saiyan 2 Gohan to make him hit harder, right? But if you do need to bring that other red, he is viable enough to hold his own. The same thing with this GT Goku, right? You really want him to be the ZENKAI buff for the red GT Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, so he can hit harder. But if you need to bring double red, you can, because he can hold his own as well. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on this Goku. All in all, I don't think he's a must-have ZENKAI unit at all. You don't really need the ZENKAI, but if you're a GT main, it's not a bad option because it's going to just make your Vegeta hit even harder. This Vegeta is really, really good, the best red unit for GT right now. And this Goku is going to make him hit even harder, like I said, and all that stuff. So, yeah, you definitely don't need a ZENKAI. It's not a must. In terms of where I'll rank him, I think I'll rank him at best low tier 1. He doesn't do nothing, crazy. Yeah, I think he's at best low tier 1. I don't think he's mid tier 1. I think he's low tier 1. It's just that this Vegeta just does a lot more things better than him, bro. Like, he just overshadowed this Goku. So, if you was looking for a main red GT unit, if you was deciding, hey, should I do Vegeta or Goku, go with Vegeta. Now, if you're a GT main, this is not a bad idea to double ZENKAI buff or ZENKAI buff the red Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, because he can hit harder tank as well. And yeah, so he's not a bad unit. It's just that the Vegeta is just way better. He's not really the best, ops for any of the other teams, like for Saiyan, Sun Family, or even GT as well. So you didn't really need a ZENKAI. Like, if you didn't ZENKAI, you're not really missing out on anything. So that's pretty much my thoughts on this Goku. All in all, he's good. He's like mediocre. You know what I'm saying? But nothing crazy about how these other ZENKAI units are. You can definitely just you can sleep on him and you'll be straight. So yeah, that's my thoughts on him. Comment down below what you guys think. Do you guys agree with what I said and everything? And yeah, man, that's it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe with my growth, man. And I'm out. Peace.